I will show you the different parts of a typical rib and how to hold the ribs in anatomical position and how to determine the side of the rib. We know there are 12 ribs or 12 pairs of ribs. You know the typical ribs are from rib number 3 to rib number 9. Total 7 ribs are typical, and the typical ribs having common anatomical features. First of all, we will see the different parts. Then I will show you how to hold the rib in anatomical position and which side this bone belongs to. So what are the parts? From posterior to anterior, there are two ends. This is posterior end or vertebral end, because this end will articulate with the vertebra this way. So this is vertebral end, and that end will articulate with the sternum either directly or indirectly. Directly and indirectly means in the anterior end or sternal end, here there is a groove. There is a groove. You see, the groove is very prominent here. Here in this groove, one cartilage is attached. That is called costal cartilage. This costal cartilage, then it articulates with the sternum. If this is sternum, in between this and this is the costal cartilage. So this costal cartilage and the rib as a whole form the costal arch. And all these typical ribs having two ends, posterior end, vertebral end, anterior end or sternal end. I told you. And the remaining part is the shaft. Then what are the parts of the posterior end? This part is called the head. This one, head. And in the head, you can see the two facets are there. One facet I am marking in red color. This is one facet. And another facet, the larger one here, another facet. This one, this is larger, divided by a ridge in between, this one ridge, which gives rise to a attachment of a ligament called intra-articular ligament, in between these two facets. So lower one larger, upper one smaller, two facets. And we know when we were discussing the thoracic vertebra, we have seen that on the body the ribs articulate in this way, and in the upper border the facet is larger, and the facet on the head, the lower one is larger. So the lower facet will articulate with the upper facet of the vertebra, and this vertebra and this rib are corresponding vertebra and ribs, numerically same. If this is T5 vertebra, then the rib will be fifth rib, but the vertebra above will be the fourth vertebra. So the upper facet, this will articulate, which is smaller one, will articulate with the smaller facet on the inferior border of the thoracic vertebra. That we already discussed to some extent. And next part to the head is the neck. This part is the neck. Neck having anterior surface and posterior surface. Upper border called the crest. This one, sharp crest is there, and lower border it is rounded. Next to the neck is the tubercle. Here. The tubercles here, this having two parts, one medial part, one lateral part. The medial part you will get a articular facet, this one, called costotubercular facet. This is called costocapitular facet. This is called costotubercular facet. This medial facet, which will articulate with the transverse forces of the thoracic vertebra in this way. But the lateral part here, this one, it is non-articular part and it is rough. Here you will get the attachment, the costotransverse ligament here. So the tubercle having medial articular part having a facet and lateral non-articular part which is rough, and attachment is the costotransverse ligament. Then from the tubercle you go forward for about 5 to 6 centimeter. Here there is a bend or turn here. Here, can you see the turn? It is twisted and bent. That bend is called the posterior angle of the rib. The posterior angle rib is the weakest part of the bone because of this bending and twisting. Then this is the shaft having one upper border which is rounded, and this is lower border. How will you identify? Upper border is rounded having a outer lip and inner lip. This is outer lip, this is inner lip. But the lower border, it is sharp, very sharp, this one. And just above this lower border, on the internal surface, there is a groove. This groove called costal groove. And in the costal groove, you will get the three important structures or neurovascular bundle, and that are the intercostal vessels and nerve, vein above, then artery in the middle and nerve below. So close to the lower border you will get the nerve. So vein, artery, nerve, vein in this order from above downwards in this group. And here in the floor of this group you will get one muscle is attached, and one muscle attached above the groove. So here above is the intercostalis intimus, and in the floor here is the intercostalis internus, and the upper border you will get the attachment of intercostalis externus. So externus, internus and intimus, three muscles you will get, important three muscles, and that will form the muscles of the intercostal spaces. Then come anteriorly. Here there is another faint line here, and that line on the external surface called the anterior angle, but this is not very distinct. And anteriorly, this is the anterior end or costal end having costal cartilage here, which will articulate with the sternum or with some other cartilages. That you will know by the classification which are the true ribs and false ribs. Then how to determine the site and how to hold it. Anteriorly and posteriorly known by the head with the articular facet, and anterior end it is concave or depressed for the cartilage. Above and below it is known by below border is sharp and above it is round. The sharp because of this groove it becomes sharp. External surface it is convex, and internal surface it is concave and having a costal groove close to the lower border, this one. So it is the right-sided rib, typical rib. And how to hold it? Ribs are aligned obliquely. That means the upper end or the vertebral end will be at a higher level than the sternal end. So you hold in this way. Maximum obliquity you will get in the rib number 9. Up to rib number 9 is the typical rib, so the 9th rib is the maximum obliquity. So this is the anatomical position of the right-sided rib, and this is the left rib. Typical rib is a costal groove close to inferior border, rounded superior border on the shaft, anterior end, sternal. This is the vertebral end having the costal facet, and internal surface concave, external convex. So this is the anatomical position of the left rib.